Hey artist friends! So for this Christmas season, I'm painting for you this Australian eucalyptus gum flowers in full loose watercolor style. And if you like to paint with me and see how I get to this, keep watching the video. So this is our beautiful gum flowers reference. I've got this from Pinterest. If you want to take a look and paint along with the reference, it's a Patreon perk. You can go into any tiers on my Patreon and I'll send you the link and also a downloadable version of this. So it's red and green, very festive, and it is, I think this is the last video of the year. This is the last Christmas painting that I'm doing, and I'm really excited to share this one with you. I am just putting masking tape or washi tape on the edges of this paper. It's a 10 by 7 meter watercolor cold press 100% cotton paper. It's always a mouthful to say that. And as you can probably here, I am doing a voiceover, recording a voiceover after the actual painting recording because my mic decided not to work. And instead of letting you listen to dodgy audio, I thought it's better to record a voiceover and just talk you through this painting. Yes, so let's see here. I am going to start with some red. So red and green, very nice Christmassy colors, very Aussie Christmas. I'm using the Scarlet Lake and I'm just touching a tiny bit of permanent rose into that to just prepare a pool of red. And then I decided actually to wash off my brush, and instead of starting with the sort of the petals, you know, the red thin wiry petals, I wanted to sort of make the little triangular parts. I need to find the name of that part of the flower, but actually just that bit that connects to the red petals. So I am just wetting my part of the palette that has brown, burnt umber, a bit of red, a bit of purple to create a nice earthy brownish tone. And with a size 6 round brush, or is it size 4? Yeah, probably size 6. I'm just making these little triangles. So nothing fancy about how I make these triangles, no specific brush stroke. I actually just did an outline and then filled it in. And I also wanted to play a bit of wet on wet. So after making the little triangles, well, let me just talk you through this bit first. So I'm just doing a few, and I'm connecting them with a nice stem, and just making sure that it's not so wet. All right, so just make it nice and glistening, so I can drop in a bit of that dark purple into that part of the flower. So a bit of wet on wet here. And then I decided to just lighten my brush a little bit and make one more over there. And you know, I don't paint gum flowers very often. It's not the most sort of like exciting or sort of soothing flower to paint. There's a lot of little intricate details that do not make me feel like I want to paint it all the time. But when the occasion arises, such as now, and I'm looking to paint something Australian, something Christmas and festive inspired, I will. So I'm dotting in some sepia now in parts of that, you know, the brown bits, because why not? It's always good to drop in some shadow and contrast while everything is still wet. So with the same brush, I'm gonna start with the little red flower petals now. So if you want to, you can swap up to a thinner brush if you feel like your brush doesn't have a pointy enough edge, but I'm happy with this. And it doesn't, I'm not so bothered about making them super thin as well. I'm going for loose, and with loose floral paintings, sometimes it's nice to just, you know, look like your effort is not so effortful, and yeah, keeping with the same brush does that sometimes. if you keep swapping out your brushes to get different effects and blah, 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 sometimes your painting might just seem very, how do you say, it just might seem too effortful and tight. So I dipped into a little bit of pink there to just give a bit of variation to see how I feel about that. And yeah, dropping a bit of pink into the stems as well. Let me know in the comments whether you have eucalyptus gum leaves where you are in the world. I know they're Australian natives, but of course, all these beautiful plant tree species do spread around the world. There are so many different types of eucalyptus trees, like hundreds. So this is just like the most famous looking gum flower. So yeah, and I just love how unique and special they are. So I'm grabbing some yellow, cadmium yellow, and I'm just putting tiny little dots at the end of these red thin filaments. This really gives it that gum flower look. It makes it really, really special. So taking your time and just moving the page around as you need to. I do try my best to keep this painting upright because, just for the sake of filming, but feel free to tilt and turn so that you can rest your palm, your wrist down in places that you need to. Like right now, I'm resting my wrist because I just need a bit more control. So using some more sepia to just add some more branches into that and pulling it down, down, down. While researching for what to paint, this festive season, I know that a lot of watercolor channels have things like Christmas trees and baubles and snowmen and winter scene, but I just don't feel drawn to painting those things. So I hope you enjoy my unique take on these Christmassy flowers. I painted a Christmas wreath last week, and then the week before, my version of poinsettias. So if you haven't watched them already, you can certainly catch up here. And also, I painted another Aussie Christmas wreath last year. So, okay, what I'm doing now is I mixed up some greens. So I've got my Holbein Sap Green there, and using the same brush and pulling down some very easygoing eucalyptus gum leaves. And it's a very simple leaf to paint in one stroke, thin, and then you press down for a bit of pressure, and then you lift it up for a bit of a tip. And have them going in different directions, have them at different lengths, different thickness. And then I went in for one which is a little bit like half-eaten, so it doesn't even have a tip at the end. And that's all from my reference photo that's informing me, giving me inspiration. So varying the hue, varying the value, varying the tones of greens. Adding some browns, adding some reds, and then of course adding water to have some that is more transparent. I really apologize for this focusing issues that I have in some of my videos right now when I reach for the water and then it goes out of focus. I really need to learn how to turn off this autofocus thing because I know it can be very, very irritating, but try your best to just ignore that. That happens a lot more when I am, constantly reaching for the water. Yeah, so this is really my favorite part, just adding leaves, but also can be quite scary because, to make your leaves look nice and realistic, you have to dare to have your leaves overlap one another and have some of them touching each other. And as a beginner, sometimes that feels really scary. Like, how am I supposed to allow them to touch because the bleeds will go everywhere? But trust me, just give it a go. Allow some of them to touch. Allow some of your leaves to overlap, underlap, not too much here and there, and then play around with different colors. So I've done one like really red leaf there, and then I realized, okay, that's a little bit too red. So then you can always correct it. So now I'm just correcting it, putting a bit of green, and then it neutralizes a little bit. Now it becomes a bit of a brown. Yeah, really fun. Leaves are really one of the most soothing things that I enjoy painting. I do have a video actually that paints just gum leaves, and that one's a really nice one because I actually go into each of the gum leaf and I put a lot of detail in, but in a very loose and fun way. So check out that video. I hope to remember to just link it here, Australian gum leaves. So, okay, I start talking about something, obviously, because, I was intending for this recording to be not a voiceover, but me talking through it. Right. Okay, it dried. I left it to dry, and now we're going to come back with the next layer. So, I do love how it looks right now, but everything just needs a little bit more depth. So I'm going to start with just getting the sepia and burnt umber, and I'm adding a bit more shadowy textures to the stem or that triangle bit of that gum flower. Later on at the end of the video, I will show you another version of gum flowers that I have done. And actually I did that for my Patreon, and that's my Patreon bonus tutorial of the month. And those are actually a little bit more challenging, maybe you can feel it, but because the gum flowers are very, very light pink. They're so similar to this one, but just slightly different. So yeah, I'm just want to let you know about my Patreon, which I have been running now for almost a year, and it's been really, really cool, really amazing. I also want to share that very soon I'll be making changes to my YouTube channel and my Patreon. I won't exactly outline a whole lot of exactly what I'm going to do, but essentially that I've been giving and providing free tutorials here on YouTube for almost 2 years now. And it's time for me to really rethink about how I want to present and share my art with the world, and to not feel burnt out doing this, week after week, month after month. But one of the ways that's going to happen is the content of my channel will change from more of a tutorial base to other things like more art chats, more inspiration, more products and supplies. And my tutorials will start to migrate and sit more in my Patreon, my paid Patreon. I hope you understand that move that an artist or content creator like me have to make. It's been an awesome journey so far, teaching here on YouTube, sharing my voice, having you guys listen to my voice and paint with me. However, it's time I need to honor my efforts and honor myself, and start to pull back and start to value my time and energy. I hope you understand. I'm sure you do. But I still have a ton of tutorials that I have already posted here, and those will probably still remain. All right, so now I have this size 1 rigger brush or liner brush, which is actually slightly distorted, but it still works. And I am putting veins into the middle of a couple of these gum leaves. I have done a yellow one for some of them, and then I'm going to go in and do a red or like an orange one on some of them. Because if you study these beautiful eucalyptus gum leaves, they have different colored veins. Some brown, some green, some yellow, some red, and yeah, you get what I'm saying. I think putting the veins in just gives all the leaves just a little bit more realism, but at the same time keeping it still loose, still friendly. And I it's like I was thinking of maybe painting a mistletoe for one of my tutorials, but to be honest, I don't even know what a mistletoe is. I don't think I've ever seen an actual mistletoe in my life. But what I have seen are these beautiful gum flowers all around me, and I want to honor my actual own experience and paint something festive and red and green, but true to my experience. And I don't know, one day I might actually see an actual mistletoe and even know what it is. Is that an actual flower or a plant called mistletoe? But I think these gum flowers make the most gorgeous Australian version of a mistletoe. They dangle downwards like this, and I don't know. The more I live here in Australia, my new adopted home, the more I get more and more in love with all of this. Yes, so I'm dipping into some sepia right now, and I like to just go in with some darks, really dark, and sepia is my latest favorite dark paint to really bring out any outlines, shadows, and I'm just doing it to the left side of these flowers, and you see the effect is really cool. It's like, basically shadows. Overall, I'm really happy with this painting. You can see that some of the leaves are more coming towards you and darker, some are lighter and in the background, and it really doesn't take a lot to achieve this effect. It definitely doesn't take very advanced brush skills, water control, blah blah blah, all the things that they tell you that you need to have as a watercolor painting. I definitely don't think this is my best painting in the whole wide world, but I am happy with where I am now, and I hope that this video will give you some insight, some tips of how my process is like, to show you that you can definitely achieve a beautiful, loose, fun, floral painting, whatever you want to paint, whatever flower, leaves, tree, plant that you want to paint. So obviously now I'm removing this tape, which is super fun, it really makes your painting go from 70 over 100 to 95 over 100 after removing the tape. I don't know why. It's just something about those clean lines that just helps to frame your whole painting. All right, I love it so much. I'm gonna frame it up, I'm gonna put it up, and I'm showing you here the other one that I did for Patreon. As you can see, it's similar but different. The colors of those triangle bits are different. The petals are a light pink color. They're slightly different. So for this month, this is my inner circle extra tutorial that I'm giving for free. Do check out my Patreon. Lots and lots of bonus content there over the months that I have filmed that's not here on YouTube. And as I said, going ahead in the future, Patreon is where most of this kind of real-time tutorial is going to be. Have a wonderful Christmas, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that painting. I'll see you in the next video. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. In the meantime, take care. See ya.